Hey, everybody. This is Charles Cook, your host here at Cook Baxter. It's great to be with you on this beautiful day. It looks like it's a beautiful day. And I'm just so excited for this because we've got some fun stuff to talk about. There's some really interesting things going on right now. I can't, you can't hear me. I just realized I've got the wrong microphone set. My bad. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to change to a different phone so you can hear me better. Here we go. I didn't get to my studio today, so I do apologize. Anyway, I'm Chuck Cook. It's great to be with you today. Managing partner here at Cook Baxter. We got some fun stuff to talk about today. There are three things that we want to start with today that are really, really important for our people to understand, our clients to understand. And one which is vital that every foreign national, anybody who's not a U.S. citizen, has to understand this. And I want to tell you about a law that I can almost assure you know nothing about. You probably never heard about this law previously. This law is found at 8 U.S.C., that's the United States Code, Section 1304. 8 U.S.C. Section 1304. And there is within this section, under Section D, the following statement. Every alien, now an alien in immigration law is not a guy with a big head and no genitals. An alien is somebody who's not a U.S. citizen. So anybody who is not a U.S. citizen, 18 years of age and older, shall at all times carry with him or her and have in his or her personal possession any certificate of alien registration or alien registration receipt card. Now, today you would say that's a green card, that's a work card, that's a visa issued to him under the rules of immigration. Anybody who does not comply with these provisions shall be guilty of a misdemeanor and shall, upon conviction for each offense, fined not to exceed $100 or be imprisoned for not more than 30 days or both. Wow. It's a federal law that you bring with you at all times your green card, your work card, your visa. Now, this is kind of crazy. This went into effect in 1940, right before the beginning of World War II, and of course was at the time of a big scare about Germans and Japanese and spies and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, we had at that point 16 years of really no immigration to the United States, so there really wasn't a lot of documents people needed to be carrying on. But my grandmother was one of them. When this law passed, my grandmother was a permanent resident of the United States. She was not yet a citizen. So for her, she had to carry her green card with her. She became a citizen in 1944. So for 4 years, she had to carry her green card. And I am sure, with her deep German accent, living in Brooklyn, she was stopped multiple times by the police. But today, most people just forget, or they're afraid. I don't want to carry my green card with me. What if I'm robbed? What if I lose it? It costs $600 to get a new green card. Oh my goodness. What could we possibly be doing here? But Congress has never changed this law. So according to federal law, you are required to take with you at all times your green card, your work card, evidence of your status. Now, what if you just carried a copy of it? Now, back then, there were those Xerox machines. You had to carry the original. I think it's okay to carry a copy, but you need to carry a copy. It's amazing how many people come to my office for interviews and appointments, and they say, I want to become a citizen. Well, show me your green card. Oh, I don't have it with me. Well, if I was the immigration, I could arrest you and charge you with a crime and send you to jail for 30 days. No, you can't. Yes, I can, because that's the law. So, for anybody out there who is not a citizen, start carrying your papers around. That's number one. The second thing I want to talk about is kind of like it, that a lot of people think they know, but they don't. And this is that it is federal law, although it is not a crime. So you're not criminalized for this, but you can be deported for this. So you can't be charged with a crime for this, but you can be deported for it. And this is an 8 U.S. Code 1305, which says every foreign national is required to register under this subject that here's B, number B, the Attorney General may, in his discretion, require anybody to register their change of address in the United States within 10 days. So if you are a foreign national, you are required under federal law to notify the Immigration Service of your change of address within 10 days of that happening. Within 10 days of happening. Now, these laws have been in effect for a very, very long time. This law is almost 90 years old. And so it is essential that you, if you have a lawyer, have your lawyer do this for you. Immigration's doing away with the online, which is crazy. So the form they have online is an AR-11. So you can change your address in your own MyUSCIS account. You can open a MyUSCIS account, or you can mail it in under the form AR-11. But they're doing away with the online AR-11 that's outside of the MyUSCIS code. So that's item number 2. You got to notify immigration of your change of address whenever you move within 10 days, or you could be deported for it. Now, here's the thing. This actually used to be published pretty broadly around the United States when I was a kid. I remember going to the movies as a kid in the 60s. And at the beginning of a movie, it would say, don't forget, anybody who's a foreign national must register a change of address within 10 days. But they stopped doing that long ago. Now, they used to include that notice when they sent you the green card, or but they didn't do that for a long time. Then about 20 years ago, shortly after 9/11, I was hired by a man who had been arrested by the Immigration Service because they thought he was a terrorist. In fact, he wasn't a terrorist. He's a permanent resident of the United States. And there's a crazy story that goes along with this. But they were so ashamed that they had arrested this guy who was not a terrorist that they had to find something to charge him with. And the only thing they could charge him with, well, 2 things they could charge him with, was he didn't have his green card on him, and he didn't change his address. And I went to immigration court, and I defended this man because he had no notice that it's required to change of address. And the judge, a very tough judge here in Atlanta, dismissed that case. And we won that case for our client. We got a lot of news at the time. It was crazy. It was clearly right after 9/11. It was everywhere there's people from the Middle East, and we think they're all terrorists. It's crazy stuff. And it was fun to represent that man and to let him keep his green card, first of all. And then to, at the same time, be able to bring to everybody's attention this law exists. And since that case came out, immigration started notifying everybody because we made a big deal of it. You're going to deport him with something you never told me you had to do? That's absolutely insane. So it looks like we're not streaming on LinkedIn, but obviously that's life. Sorry, there's a problem on LinkedIn. So that's the second thing I want to talk to you about. The third thing, of course, is perhaps the most important to a lot of people, and that's the new H-1B lottery. See if I've got a tag about the H-1B lottery here. Looks like I don't have a law. Oh, there it is. H-1B lottery, fiscal year 2025. Employers can now register over the next 5 days their employer ID registration information to get that approved. They should be doing that right away. We, of course, do that here at Cook Baxter. And then starting on March 6th, or next week, I think it's Thursday is the 6th. Thursday's the 6th? Thursday's the 6th, I think. You can be registering for the lottery. Now, a couple things. If you have a bachelor's degree, let's say you're in a master's program, you don't have to have your master's degree to apply in the regular lottery. You have to have your master's degree to apply in the master's lottery, but not in the regular lottery, because you have an underlying bachelor's degree. Here's another thing. I talk about DACA a lot here. Did you know that if you have DACA, and you got DACA before you were 18 and a half, and you've been continuously in DACA since then, and you have a bachelor's degree, you can apply for the H-1B lottery. Because if you get picked, you can just go back to your home country, get a visa, and come back here, and you're no longer on DACA. You're on an actual visa. You're legally in the United States. Your life can go on. So if you're that person, we're doing a lot of green cards now for DACA recipients who have bachelor's degrees, who again don't have 18 and a half any time of undocumented unlawful presence. We're doing the green cards because you can do a green card too. But the thing about the green card is this. that green card is going to take like 3 years. And we don't know what's going to happen. If Trump wins, DACA's going away. Let's not kid ourselves about that. And there's not enough time to start now and get a green card if Trump becomes president. So one alternative for each of those is they have a bachelor's degree to apply for the lottery, the H-1B lottery. It costs $10, all right? So get your employer to apply for the lottery for you. And man, you are going to be able to, if you get picked, we can fix you. You can get you that H-1B, you travel, come back in, and your life is completely different. And then you can process your green card without the pressure of renewing every 2 years your DACA, and at the same time, you have time to get the green card done. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to talk about today. The requirement, you always carry your green card with you, or your work card, or whatever documents you have. 2, that you always change your address within 10 days, notify the government on their website. And 3, that if you've got a bachelor's degree, if you got an employer ready to sponsor you, file it. Now's the time. Lottery goes through the 19th. I think it's the 15th. I think it's through the 19th, but pretend it's the 16th. All right, let's answer some questions here. We got a couple questions. Okay, Mr. Barani, good to see you. My brother wants to expedite an I-130 pending petition while it was an accident. 0. There is 0 chance they will expedite it because is your brother over 21? If he's over 21, then he's just in a line. So there is no expedite. There's no way to cut in front of that line. If he's under 21, you should talk to your lawyer and see if there's something that can be done. All right. Tuba, good to see you. We are still waiting for news from Go. You and me both, my friend. I am really waiting for news from Go and from Gomez and from all the other cases, good luck, that are all out there. And we wait patiently. Chaminda thinks that we are forgotten. Well, no, there's always justice in the United States. But a lot of times there's a saying that the wheels of justice grind slowly, but they grind ever so fine. So all I can tell you is patience. Patience. Iqbal, I'm from Afghanistan, and I'm being treated because of my background. Well, are you? We generally don't treat Afghans different than we treat everybody else. Worse, everybody's treated bad under our immigration system. So I'd like to know more about why you think you're being treated differently because of your background. Emily, what is happening to immigration? They're going through the books for every law to live in immigration. Well, it's not that they're going through the books, it's that they're there. And a lot of people just, not even everybody's got gray hair. So people don't always know that these laws exist because, a lot of lawyers, they'll work only in family or only in business or only in removal, but they don't really know all the immigration laws. And certainly the government doesn't know all the immigration laws. They're even more limited than a lot of immigration lawyers. So I just think it's important to tell people, and when our clients all know, because we tell our clients, we send them their green card or their work card, hey, you got to carry this with you, make a copy and stick it in your wallet. Aquarius, good to see you, Aquarius. I wish I could help, Aquarius, but we cannot force a federal appellate judge to make a decision quickly. We can't. I'm sorry. But hey, Bettina, how are you? Would someone with a DUI have a chance to renew DACA? If they have actually been convicted of a DUI, probably not. But if they try to renew and they're granted, great. I've seen 1 or 2 granted. There are factors that depend. Some people's DUIs are like 0.6, not 0.1, depends on their age. But generally, no. But you need to talk to a lawyer because the circumstances matter. But there's also a risk. If you apply and they deny you, they can put you in deportation. So there is that. Emily, even the DUI that was passed in the House to force a lot of other, even with General GC, I don't know what that means, Emily. I'm a little confused. You're referring to HB 6 that made DUI a deportable offense. Yeah, that's in the House, but that's not going to pass the Senate. Never going to pass the Senate. Natalie, do we think these fast enrollment adjustment applications continue? Well, it depends. Certainly through 2024, they will continue. And immigration, I would call the hiring boom. It's taken them 2.5 years, not even get to fully staffed at this point. The fee increases are not going to, in my opinion, not going to make any difference at all in speed. None. But I do see adjustment applications continuing to be done quickly because at least this is where it gets interesting. See, right now, if they do them quickly, they're making money. because they don't have to issue a work card that you're paying for. And an advanced parole you're paying for as part of your 1225. Under the new filing, they're raising the adjustment fee to, I think it's $14.50. I think that's what it is, $15.40, something like that. And no employment, no adjustment, which means to file an adjustment through marriage today, which including a work permit and travel document, is $1,760. Starting on cases filed after April 1, the filing fee is $3,150. So obviously, if you're married and thinking about a green card, do it now. It's got to be postmarked by March 31st. Edgar, is it best to submit the 130? I think it's about Edgar, if you're only filing an I-130, do it online. Do it online if you're only filing I-130. But the problem with the filing online is that it's really hard to submit documents now. So we generally, ourselves, we file on paper still, because we have because there's no room for a cover letter when you file online. There's no room for a lot of stuff. And many cases require an explanation. So we always file on paper. But my understanding is that I-130 online saves the government, doesn't necessarily get your case done faster, but it saves the government time. Because when I file on paper, they have to scan it in and check all the information that's scanned properly. Whereas you're doing their job for you if you do it online. Sara Murillo, my husband has an order of removal in absentia San Antonio to reopen and close. Can you work a case out of state? No, first of all, we can work. We've done many cases in San Antonio. But if you want a lawyer in San Antonio, I have the best. Former immigration judge Berta Zuniga. She is a fantastic lawyer. My law partner, Dustin Baxter, actually clerked for her when she was an immigration judge. She's fantastic. And so we can do it or she can do it. Either way, your call. We would love to do it, and I'm sure she could do it as well. Natalie, are there any other admissibility concerns beyond unlawful presence for DACA going for H-1B? None. Because if you have DACA, you don't have any other inadmissibility issues. You don't. You wouldn't have DACA otherwise. So no, there's none. And that's just great, Natalie. You need to get the word out. We need to do a little charla there on Dreamers Together. If you've got a bachelor's degree and you have DACA and you don't have unlawful presence, file for the lottery, because we don't know what's going to happen. Edgar, yeah, you corrected that earlier. All right, so we ran out of questions already, but we had a good time today. Sorry for the little part at the beginning where I was disappearing, because this was the headset and it was really far away, and I finally fixed it to this cool thing right here. I'm also using a new camera. I have got one of those drop-down cameras that come right into the screen, so I can look at my screen and be looking at you, and it looks like real television. How cool is that? A couple more questions here. Taylor, my husband's first entry, he turned himself in and was turned back after fingerprinting. OBIM FOIA doesn't mention if it's voluntary or not. Taylor, I can tell you, if you will email me the OBIM FOIA, I can decode it for you. Okay? I can decode it for you. And you can email that to me right there. Right there. There we go. Take down. There we go. There. Screen's backwards. Right there. ccook@immigration.net. Email it to me, and we'll take a look at it. Let's see. Oh, a lot of them came in all of a sudden. Let's see. Let us know. Well, no, you let me know when. I just talk to Stephanie. I'll do it. Wednesdays are great for me, but I'll do it any day. Anything for the dreamers. Anything for the dreamers. The Taurus, formerly known as Prince. That's very good, by the way. That is very good. Applause. Very good. Is it safe to go do a 618 consular interview? Yeah, if you don't have any criminal convictions, you're fine. Now, you have to ask questions. I mean, how did you come in the country? Did anybody come with you? Could you be charged with smuggling? Do you have tattoos? Have you drank at all? Have you ever used marijuana? There's a lot of questions a lawyer is going to ask before they send you to Juarez for an interview or anywhere else to make sure you won't have a problem. Emily, will they refund people pay for AP with new fees and the green cards produced? No, Emily, absolutely not. They're going to take those fees and put them right in their pockets so they're bulging so they can waste it doing some other stupid idea that they've got there. So no. So now you have to decide if I'm going to apply for adjustment through marriage, do I need, if I've got a DACA work permit and I've got a DACA advanced parole, for example, do I want to apply for new ones? I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's an extra, basically, the EAD, I think, is going to be, I think it's $450. It's going up a little bit, but the advanced parole is going up to like $680. So it's like an extra $1,000 for nothing, really, if you're not going to get it. And I suspect a lot of people aren't going to get it. And under the current rule, it's an EAD free forever. It's advanced parole free forever. This is every single time. This is a massive money grab. It's a massive money grab by the government. Trujillo Alba, my husband has an 824. Is this normal? Yeah, 824s take they're awful. That's why whoever screwed up your I-130 to start with by saying they were going to adjust instead of consular process should give you your money back and doing this for free. But yeah, they're taking well over a year. It's awesome. It's awful. Not awesome. It's awful. Yeah, immigration is a model of awfulness. Any updates on DACA? No, Edgar, there's nothing. There's nothing to report. That would be top of mind if there was something. How is this not a scam? Of course, it's a scam. The immigration service is a pyramid scheme. You pay me so I can do other work. Or maybe it's a Ponzi scheme. I forget. It's one of those two things. Maybe it's the same thing. But they're taking your money to pay for to work on cases that came in 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 9 years ago. Or now they're taking your money under H-1Bs to work on asylum cases. It's all a pyramid scheme, all of it. Massive incompetence on the management side. Well, the employees are great. The managers are terrible. No business managing at all. Let's see. Mario, nothing on DACA. Sorry, my friend. There's nothing other than if you've got a bachelor's degree and you don't have any unlawful presence because you got your DACA 418 and a half, do an H-1B. Good lawyers in Dallas. Yes, Sarah Brown. Sarah Brown is awesome. You can look her up. I think it's called Miley Brown. Her partner is Craig Miley. But Sarah is terrific. You will love Sarah. She's done tons and tons of these cases. She's been a friend of mine for 30 years. Absolutely wonderful. At least with us filing online, they can't forget to scan it. Yeah, but they still, trust me, I've heard stories, Natalie. I've heard stories. You didn't send us this. Yeah, no, because you never asked, right? Or you sent things wrong. No, I sent it right. Your system's screwed up. Maybe many of you have if you have a my USCIS account, they last weekend they screwed them all up. They upgraded it, and for lawyers, we have maybe 1,000 cases in our my USCIS accounts. They're all gone. They're just wiped out. Poof, just gone. And so we've been on the phone all week with this clown show at the Immigration Service, saying, "What are you doing? I mean, how could you intentionally screw things up, or are you just stupid? I mean, really." Any updates? Well, yeah, it looks like I heard of one person in October 2020. So it looks like they're moving right now about 2 to 2.5 months every month. I know that they're kicking on all cylinders. Remember what they said to the judge. By October 2024, they would be down to 12 months. Now, somebody posted the other day on the listserv that by October, they'll be to 24 months. They told the judge 12 months. So if they don't, we will move to reopen that case because it's still pending and say they lied to you, Judge. They lied to you. So, yeah, see, Natalie, it's crazy, right? The Immigration Service, really, it's just a clown show. It's been great being with you today. I'm very animated. I actually spoke last night to a bunch of law students about getting into immigration law and how much I love helping people, how much this is just the best calling for a lawyer to do. Fun stuff. Oh, by the way, did you catch my client, 21 Savage, on Saturday Night Live? 21 did a good job. Shea is a good man and now a permanent resident of the United States. You're welcome. Hey, everybody. Have a great day. We will see. We'll see you next week. By the way, Emily, we are about to file a lawsuit against the Department of Labor on the perms and the wage prevailing wages. So stay tuned. See you guys next week.